Hey guys, it's me, SeekretD, coming to you with another video. So earlier I recorded the video on this Steve Harvey strawberry letter. It actually touched on the point of polygamy. The woman who was writing in about her year-long relationship, who thought that maybe she was about to get proposed to. Y'all could check it out. But that reminded me again about this video because I keep seeing posts, and it's funny, another one came on my timeline again today. So I'm like, you know what? Let me record this video. And this video is not really on poly lifestyles, because I think I probably spoke about that previously, about how I felt about it. But this video is going to talk about the accidental poly lifestyle. In my video earlier, the woman, obviously it was not accidental. When she first met the guy, he was basically like, you know, I want to get married, but I want to marry someone who is basically okay with me sleeping with other women, or having other women. And the writer basically explained that, you know, in the year they've had 6 women enter their bedroom. From the people that I know who have practiced the lifestyle or who currently practice, they call that, you know, they'll be like, oh yeah, we wanted a girlfriend. Because generally the wife is usually like bisexual or bi-curious and is okay with the sexual activity with another female. But yeah, so that's that, right? So now we got that out of the way, because I don't want anybody to be like, it's not accidental. Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying. But what I'm talking about is these posts that are popping up now, with, it seems like older women, well-known women. I don't need to name names. If you saw them, you saw them. If you didn't, you didn't. But older women basically saying that if you're in a relationship with a man and you find out that this man has another or other women, it doesn't make sense for you to bitch about it, complain about it, try to change him, because that's who he is. And if said relationship hasn't negatively affected your relationship, so for instance, if you're in a relationship with a man for 5 years, right, and on your 5th year he got sloppy, you find out that he has a whole nother girlfriend on the side, and he's had this girlfriend for 2 years, and you had no clue, and it did not affect you in any way. So you didn't feel like something was off. You didn't feel like he loved you any less. You didn't feel like he was giving you less time. You didn't feel like the vibe was off. Like, if everything was exactly the same, and it's now been 2 years, and you just happen to see some text messages or something from this woman or something, like I said, he got sloppy, you find out. So now you know he has this woman. So the idea that's being raised is that you, as a woman, his main woman, I guess, shouldn't feel any kind of way about it, because had you not stumbled on this discovery, you would never have known. And if him sleeping with or dealing with another woman or women is not negatively affecting you, then you should just leave it alone, because all having an issue with it is going to do for you is cause you heartache and depression and sadness and da-da-da-da-da. So they're basically saying that you should be happy still and just act like it's not happening. I don't know how else to put it. So long story short, you should just be like, okay, cool, whatever. Since it's not affecting you negatively, like, you still talk the same, you still see him the same, you still interact the same, the vibes are the same, nothing has changed, you should be okay with it. Or it's in your best interest to just be okay with it, and, you know, don't stress this man about this other woman or women because it does not affect you, so you should not make it concern you, basically. And people are co-signing this. Like, yeah. And you know what it is? I get the point of it, right? But this is the thing. When this happens, it's like you're trying to make me sign up for this poly lifestyle that I did not agree to when I first entered this relationship. We're going to assume that this is a normal relationship, and we assume monogamy. Because most people, they have those conversations. We assume it's just me and you, etc., etc., etc. You cannot, years into my relationship, now tell me, you know what, I decided that this is not going to work for me because I need to be with more than one woman, and I would like you to be one of those women and not trip about the rest of them. So it depends on the woman, I want to assume, because some women will do anything to stay with a man or to please a man, or as the lady in the message was like, submit to a man. You know, some women will be willing to do anything possible to stay in that relationship and be that woman in order to get the ring, to get the longevity, to get whatever, right? So some people might subscribe to this, but you can't be mad at somebody who didn't want that life. Like, if I'm in a monogamous relationship and 5 years into my monogamous relationship, I find out that it was not a monogamous relationship for the past 3 years, you're basically telling me that I shouldn't feel a way about it and I should just deal with it? That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Because outside of the potential diseases and shit like that my dude could pick up and bring back home to me, it's also the fact of the matter that you're lying. You're sneaking behind my back. Like, you're doing all of this without my knowledge. And for me, that's the bigger issue. And that's the part that people are just seeming to ignore. Like, oh, yeah. Like, for me, I need you to be upfront and honest. And when I'm getting to know somebody, I ask you a million questions about what you want, what you need, what you desire, what your fantasies are. I want to know all of these things because I feel like it's important, because as a woman, I'm going to want my needs and stuff met, and I'm going to want my man to deliver on what I'm going to need from him. So I try to do the same. So if we have a conversation in the beginning, I'm asking you a lot of things, sexually and not sexually, and I'm going to expect you to answer them honestly. And I will ask you if you feel like you can be in a monogamous relationship, if that's something that you want. If the answer is no, we don't have anything else to talk about, respectfully. And that's fine. And sometimes those people, we just become good friends. That's good too. But to tell me that I'm in a committed monogamous relationship and my man wants to be a cheater and such, I should just deal with it and conform and now be in this accidental poly relationship lifestyle is absurd. Like, how dumb is that? And furthermore, how many men do you know who are going to be in a monogamous relationship with a woman 5 years and find out that she's been in a relationship with 2 other men, let's just say, for the past 2 years, and be like, oh, well, I didn't notice. So, we'll keep doing this. Never mind the 2 other dicks you've been sitting on or sucking on or whatever the hell you've been doing with them. Never mind that. We'll just carry on like nothing happened. How many men do you think are going to do that? And why is it expected for a woman to do it as opposed to a man? Because if you say it the other way, most men, nah, I ain't doing that. Like, come on. And the part that people are forgetting is the consent part. Like, I don't care what your gender is, you need consent. That's the main thing. So if you want to argue that men are not monogamous and men are not made to be monogamous, or we in general are not made to be monogamous, that is all good and great. But you don't put on a monogamous front in the beginning of your relationship. That's the issue. The part where you're putting on this front, if you're saying that you're not monogamous, to get the woman that you know is monogamous or wants to be monogamous. So why lie? Because you want the girl. So that's the thing that I'm getting. You want the girl or you want the guy. So that's the thing that I'm getting at. I have no issue with these lifestyles, but it's really annoying that everybody keeps co-signing this bullshit of, oh, if you find out and it didn't affect your life, you should just go with it. What the fuck? No, absolutely not. And stop telling people that, because that's basically saying, like, it's okay for this person to disrespect you because they're sneaking around behind your back, got you out in the streets looking dumb as fuck because they creeping around with whomever else, and you just like, la 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 la, it's me and my dude, me and my woman, but he or she is back there with they other people. Like, that's crazy. Oh, that's nice. That's crazy to me. So can we please stop doing that? Like, if you want to live a poly lifestyle, and there's a couple of them, I can't think of them all on my head, and I'm probably not gonna pronounce them all right. Look them up. If you want to do that, that's fine. You do that. But don't force that on somebody else, and don't sneak around and just be with mad different people, and then under the guise of, oh, I wasn't made to be monogamous. But you should tell them that from the jump. Tell them that you weren't made to be monogamous, and see how they take that shit. If they okay with it, then okay, that's who you need to be with. If they not okay with, leave that person alone. Like, why is it so difficult? Why do you have to force this shit on somebody else and try to say, oh yeah, I'm built like this? Well, be built like that with somebody else who's built like that, or built to receive that bullshit, because that ain't it. Like, I hate a liar. Y'all know I be talking about people lying. I hate that shit. So for me, that's like the worst part of it all, is because you want to be a liar. Like, what are you lying for? Because in the end, you're not going to have him or her. Because once shit hits the fan, and it always does, and I tell people this all the time, it doesn't matter how long you hide something or try to hide something or whatever, it's going to come to light. And when it does, 9 times out of 10, you ain't got no relationship. Even if the person does stay with you, that shit is fucked up. They're going to stay with you and try to get you back. They're going to stay with you and not be okay. Like, unless it's somebody that really is like, I don't even know how to describe that type of person, because I don't know. But if I find out you've been lying to me for years, my nigga, I'm sorry, but that word, I can't do it. Nope, I can't do it. So, long story short, stop with this accidental poly lifestyle bullshit. Stop feeding that to people. Stop co-signing it. Stop reposting it, talking about yeah. If you wanna live a poly lifestyle, good for you. Find somebody that does. Stop with the hiding and the lying just so you could get the girl or the man. If they not into that shit, they not into that shit, and don't force them into it without letting them make a decision for themselves as to whether or not they want to be a part of that. Because a lot of people don't. A lot of people want to know that it's you and them, and that's it. And that's okay. And if you're not one of those people, that's okay too. But stop this. Because I keep seeing these posts, and I feel like they're popping up more. I don't know if people think it's cute or whatever. And it's a lot of women co-signing it. It's being said by older women. But I also feel like those are the older women that are from the time of we don't leave our husbands type shit, because that was popular back then. That ain't so much now. I feel like it's those women. But then it's like the younger women are co-signing, like, yeah, think about it. No, because he lied to me. That's the main thing. If I can't trust you, we have nothing. It doesn't matter what else is going on. I need to be able to trust you, and that breaks trust. So however I feel about it, if I want to be like, oh, maybe I can be a lesbian and have sex with a woman too, maybe that's possible for me, it's going out the window because you lied. So that's the part y'all need to understand. Stop. Just stop, okay? That's my answer. Stop it. All right, the end. I can't talk about this no more.